Brought to you in part by Monadnock Flooring and Decorating, offering quality sales, service, and installation for over 35 years on Production Avenue next to Subaru of Keene. Hey everybody, welcome to Kids in the Kitchen. I'm Luca Paris and this is...
Sammy.
See, she did it better the second time.
Oh yeah.
We got it down pat. Hey, we're going to make some great stuff in the kitchen for you today. What are we making, Sammy?
We're making risotto with beef tips.
Okay, we're making risotto with beef tips. Pretty excited about this. And pork scaloppini with a port wine mushroom cream sauce. You ready to do some cooking?
Yes.
Can you slice and dice and cut?
Uh-huh.
And we're going to have some fun?
Yes.
That's right, because Kids in the Kitchen starts now. Welcome back, everybody. I'm here with Sammy, and we're going to be starting to cook up some stuff. Ready? Mm-hmm. You ready? You're all good?
Yeah.
You got everything prepared? So, we talked about risotto, right? Mm-hmm. Let's show everybody what the risotto is. You ever make risotto before? Come on over. Don't be shy. You ever make risotto before?
No.
Okay, risotto is made with a short grain arborio rice. It's an Italian rice, and we're going to make it rich and creamy. So, have you ever made rice before?
Yeah.
All right. Usually, you take a certain amount of water, a certain amount of rice, pop it all in. Mm-hmm. Turn it up, boom, 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 and it's done, right? Yeah. Risotto is totally different. We're going to cook it a little bit at a time, and we're going to do it with the beef. So what we want to do is infuse the beef flavor into the pan first, then add onions, then add the rice, and it takes like a half hour. All right? You have a half hour?
Yeah.
You got your watch on?
I'm good.
Okay. You got your watch on. Do you know kids don't wear watches anymore? Did you know that?
No.
No, that's a new thing. Yeah. It's one of the things that are disappearing in life is watches. All right, so what I need from you, Sammy, I'm going to put a little oil in this pan. What I need from you first, you want to grab that beef for me? And I'm going to grab some sea salt here, and we're going to season it. So these are beef tenderloin tips, or you could use any type of beef. Now what I want to do is sear off the beef first, right? And then I want to take it out, and we're going to start our whole risotto. What you're going to do while I'm doing this is you're going to start my mushrooms for me for the risotto. Now, have you ever cut a mushroom before? Mm-mm. Okay, so I'm going to show you what to do. You're going to cut the edge off like that, so it's nice and flat, right? And then with your fingers being really careful, you can just slice down till about halfway. Then you're going to drop it, and you're going to slice again. Does that make sense? Yeah. Okay, first things first. You look out in the audience. Someone you know there? Anyone you know in the audience right now?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hello. So, anyway, what you're going to say, you're going to repeat after me. Uh-huh. Okay. I, Sammy.
I, Sammy.
Will not hold Luca responsible.
Will not hold Luca responsible.
If I lose a finger.
If I lose a finger.
Or two.
Or two.
Really?
Yeah.
That bad? Because I will do my best to not hurt myself.
Because I will do my best not to hurt myself.
Okay. You okay with that? He's nodding yes. We have a knife user. There you go. That's it. The lawyers tell me to do that. All right. So be really careful. You're going to slice off a little bit, flatten it out, boom, 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 halfway, and then like that. Okay? Okay. So nice and slow. Don't go too fast. You'll be fine. So what we're doing with our risotto while Sammy's getting that ready, I'm seasoning a little bit of salt on my beef tips, and I have a chicken stock here ready to go too. So really, I'm just getting those into the hot oil. I want to sear them off. And then we're going to take them out because we don't want to overcook them. But the reason why I'm searing it here, Sammy, in the oil that we're going to make our risotto is because I want to add that beef flavor to it. You know what I mean? Yeah. All right. Of course you know what I mean. You speak English. All right, we'll put a little bit more salt in there as we season that up using our wooden spoon. So this is the first time you're making risotto, which is really cool. And then once you do it once, you can do it 100 times after that. And you can do it with anything you want in there, all right? So how are we doing with the mushrooms? Good. I need maybe 2 more mushrooms, and then we're good. 2 more? Yeah. All right, so I'm just searing this till it gets, we sear all the outside because we're going to heat them up a little bit later. Now while that's searing, I'm going to go in here, grab myself a bowl, put them in. So, ta-da! So you've been cooking a lot at home?
Yeah, kind of.
What's your favorite thing to cook?
I don't know.
You don't have a favorite just yet?
Nope, not
Is
yet.
it risotto?
Yes.
You just made that up, didn't you?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It will be. It will be. So look at that. Now we got the beef tips seared off, right? You got your mushrooms ready. How about you peel that onion for me, Sammy? Let's do that. And we're going to cut the onion. We're going to get it in here too. So we have this beef flavor in there. We seared off the tips. We're pulling it over to the side. The chicken stock is actually going at the same time. All right? The chicken stock, we want that going right now because we want to make sure that the chicken stock's as hot as the rice is going to be when we're making it. And I'll show you what that means in a second. All right, so a lot of people are afraid to make risotto because of the process, right? So the process is a little bit longer, a little bit more complicated than just making regular rice. Want me to help you with that?
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome, great idea. So the best way to peel it is you just take that, go halfway, and then, have you ever cut an onion before?
Yeah, I've cut an onion.
Have you? Mm-hmm. Have you ever cut it so it's kind of like go halfway? Can I show you something really cool?
Yeah, show me.
All right. Thank you. Yeah, show me. So what do you do at school? You act, sing? What are you going to do when you grow up?
I don't know.
Yeah, me neither.
Be old.
Be old? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
You're going to get old when you grow up?
Yeah.
All right. See the end piece right here?
Uh-huh.
All right, so you're going to have that end piece right there. What I'm going to do for this, watch this. We'll turn this down just a little bit for now, go on low, because we want to get that cooking. You kind of give yourself a couple of slits inside, right? Mm-hmm. Have you done it like this before?
Nope.
And then come down on this side. Now watch. If you do it right, you know those little chopped onion pieces?
Uh-huh.
You chop them all in one swoop. See that?
Yeah.
You want to try that out?
Sure.
All right, have fun with it. You got that right there. You're going to put a couple of, here, let me show you real quick. You're going to put a couple of slits this way, right? Mm-hmm. Whoops, we went the wrong way, but that's okay. We'll make it work. It's my first day on the job. And then a couple down here, right? And now you're going to put them down here. But you see the way my fingers are?
Yeah.
They're kind of curled in. No, I can't touch my fingers. I won't cut my fingers. So that's what you want to do. Be really careful. Try that out. I'm going to use my onions to put in here. So we're going to get our onions cooking into our risotto pan. We're going to kind of sweat them down a little bit. We have some salt already in there. Go to town. There you go. You got that. All right. Perfect. So learning how to master a knife is one of the first things you should do when you're learning to work in a kitchen. It's really important to know. You know, and that's one of the things I try and teach my kids too, is learn how to work on a knife and practice on different things. And once you get that down, everything else is easy. All right, so look what we have here. You're going to come over here. You're going to help me do something real quick. I'm going to have you switch over with me on this side, right? Over here, we have our onions cooking down, all right? Mm-hmm. You keep moving them around, making sure they stay nice and nice. That's a culinary term, nice and nice. And I'm going to find our rice, and we're going to season this a little bit more. We're going to use a little bit of black pepper in there, and we have the salt from the beef that's already in there. And I'm going to use this Ariosto seasoning. It's one of my special spice blends. Shh, don't tell anybody. It's a secret. They won't know that it's in there. And then what I have too, because we're doing mushrooms, I have dry mushrooms. Now what we do is we dry mushrooms, and then you pulverize it into a powder, and it just gives more depth of flavor. Sounds good? Yeah. So good so far? Mm-hmm. Now this is where it gets different from regular rice and what we're doing as the arborio rice. We're going to take some of this rice and mix it right into our onion mix. Okay, I won't do too much because we don't want to take too long to make it. Now, is that different than what you normally would do with rice?
Yeah.
Almost like a rice pilaf would be, where you kind of, what we're doing is toasting it up a little bit so we get a little bit of nutty flavor from it. Okay, so we have the mushrooms, we have the rice cooking up a little bit, and we have that going on. In the meantime, all right, let that sit for a second. Now, the other thing you're going to do for me is what we're going to do during the whole show to make the risotto. So now we have that kind of cooking up, right? Mm-hmm. We got the heat up a little bit higher on medium high. And now we have to get enough water, or stock in this case, to cover the rice just the first time. So the first time I do it, I kind of pick it up. It's just about enough. See how it covers it just perfectly?
Yeah.
All right. That's what we have to do about 6 different times. All right?
Okay.
And then you have to keep stirring it. This is one of the things the first things I learned to do is because it kept me out of trouble in the kitchen when I was younger, because I used to get in a lot of trouble. So my grandmother, between this and polenta, she showed me how to make it, and she said, never stop stirring. I thought it was important. It was just so I didn't go away. So that's what we have to do. We don't have to stir it as much, but you have to make sure it doesn't dry up. And once it starts drying up, we're going to add some more chicken stock. All right?
Okay.
So that's the process we're going to work on. We're also going to start on our second dish. When we come back, this will have cooked down a couple more times. Let's turn it down so it's on medium. We'll start looking at putting together our pork dish and all the rest of the ingredients for this one. Sounds good?
Sounds good.
All right. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back to Kids in the Kitchen. Sammy, how are we doing so far?
We're doing good.
What are we making? What are we making, Sammy? Help me.
Risotto.
Risotto. And?
Steak.
Pork.
Pork.
Pork scaloppini.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing. That's awesome. We're going to be making the pork scaloppini next. Now what we're going to do is do a little saute. One pan magic, easy to do. You're going to love this. And now what I show you now, you could do with any type of, you could do it with chicken, you could do it with a fish, you could do it with pork, veal, you name it, all right? So it's going to be really easy. First off, these are from the pork loin. You know when you make those big roasts, pork roasts? That's from the loin. We cut it, sliced it, and then pounded it out thin. So they're really nice, quick and easy to make. We have our risotto still cooking over here. And we've already added stock once to it. And then slowly but surely, the starches are going to come out and make it thick, rich, and creamy, and then it'll be finished. So that's what are we, a half hour into this? Well, that's what we have to do, a half hour?
Yeah.
Okay, you got time?
I got time.
Got time. Good, we both got time. All right, so for the scaloppini, first thing I need you to do is grab the olive oil, or the oil, the blended oil. That one, yeah?
This one?
No, to the far right. Your other right. There you go, that one. All right, and we want to get it in the pan. Now, I'm going to show you something real quick. You want to make sure you put enough so that it coats as a saute, but you don't want to put too much where it's frying, okay?
Okay.
So you do about a couple of turns, just make sure it coats the pan, yeah? We have it on low heat right now, but we're going to turn it up when we go to sear off the things. Now, once you get your glove hand, and I showed you this real quick, when you're working in the kitchen, one of the things you need to know, especially when you're working with handles that could get hot, is that you should always have a glove hand, all right? Just like you play baseball. You're a righty, let's throw a ball. Throw a ball, right? And you catch a ball. Right? This is important because when we work in the kitchen in the restaurant, we always have a glove hand. Everything else can work with this other hand. I season with my right. I pick up stuff with my right. But my left hand is the one that's always flambeing and cooking. If you know that, you're never going to burn yourself. And then you don't have to keep switching and go, oh my God, how do I grab this? It'll always be easy to do. So we're going to do that for the mushrooms that we're going to cook here and the pork we're going to cook here. All right? So we have the oil in the pan. We're letting it get hot. You want to get some type of heat to it. And then we've seasoned with flour our pork. Now, if you're doing this at home, you could season and dredge your pork ahead of time. Do you know why we dredge in the flour? I was hoping you knew because I have no idea. Well, what it does, it does two things. It's going to help thicken our sauce. And the other thing, it protects the meat. So we get some nice caramelization. So if this is hot, which it looks like it is, you see how like the flour is bubbling a little? We should get a sear, but I should get this on a little bit higher. We want the pan nice and hot. So I'm going to put one here. We'll do 2 just for us today, just to get it going. And look at those scaloppini, right? They're pounded out nice and thin. They're quick to cook. A lot of people take pork loin and they cook it for like hours in the oven and they overcook it and it takes so long and you get home from work or the parents get, well, you don't get home from work. You work yet?
Yeah.
You do?
Oh, I do.
Where do you work?
At
Don't
school.
tell me that. I don't want.
I do
at school?
homework. Yeah.
You do homework? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that homework, man.
That's hard.
That's crazy stuff.
9 to 5.
9 to 5. All right. So we're searing off our pork. You want to find? Do you have a pair of tongs over there, like a snippy stuff? Oh, these. How about those are yours? All right. You're gonna help me kind of turn these over. All right, this is multitasking. You see how the risotto's drying up too?
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna add a little bit more to that. But you notice I have my throwing hand and my glove hand. Yeah, that's it. if you come up with anything today, it's going to be about your glow pan. And our stock is always staying at the same temperature of what we're cooking. All right, so we'll turn that down just a little bit. Oh, it's already on. Oh, no, this is on low. This needs to be higher. I was doing the wrong thing. All right, turn that down a little bit lower. All right, so our pork is cooking. While that's cooking, what I'm going to get ready is the portobello mushrooms for our scaloppini. We'll pop the top off, the bottom off here, and we're just going to cut it long strips. You good over there?
Yeah.
Yeah? You sure? Nothing's burning, right?
Nope.
No. Good thing I have you here today. All right, I think that's going to be enough mushrooms for what we're doing. We're going to need a little bit of garlic, which we have. We have our salt and pepper, and we're going to need a little bit of port wine. All right, and then we'll go in the refrigerator to get our cream. All right, so let's turn these over. Now be really careful. There you go. Okay, let me show you something real quick too. Whenever you turn over, you grab from the side that's closest to you, and you lean it the side that's putting it away from you, because then you'll never get splattered. So whenever you're picking it up, pick it up from this side, and then kind of go that way. All right?
All right.
So those are yours. All right. So we seared one side. We're going to sear the other side. I finally figured out which was the higher. That's why I wasn't cooking as fast. But we have it cooking now. This whole sauce could be made inside this pan. That's how quick this is. You ready? So
Okay.
watch. We're going to put a little bit of garlic in there. All right? There's a little bit of garlic. Let's use a little bit of that mushroom dust because we're going to use some mushrooms in there. It makes it a little more intense. Remember, salt and pepper. We're going to salt and pepper as we go. And like I said, you can do this for any dish, one pan. It's really easy. Can't go wrong. A little pepper. And then we're going to deglaze the pan. You know what that means? We're going to get all those great flavors that are in there, and we're going to bring them all together. So we pull this away, and whenever you're using a wine that's fortified, you need to wait a second, because if I put it down right now, you know those big flambés that look really cool?
Yeah.
That's what would happen. And we don't want to do that. We just want to make sure it just picks up all the stuff together. We put it back on, and then it's going to relax. Right? We pop our mushrooms in here, which will cook nicely. All right, and we're going to let that sit for a second or two.
All right.
All right? Good job. That's all you, kid.
That's all me.
All right. The only other thing we need to add to this little mixture, can I borrow those for a second? Is our cream. So what we're going to do is check out our risotto first. Oh, you know what you need to make me?
What?
You got to cook me up some mushrooms. I'll get the cream. Let's turn this pan on real quick. I'm going to get the cream. Ta-da-da-da. Not every day you put cream in the freezer. And I'm going to finish this sauce off with a little bit of cream. All right, we'll let that cook down, and that's ready to go. How's that going? How about this one?
I'm on the
that's
wrong
off.
one.
Yeah?
What do you want this on?
That one a medium. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah, medium. The other medium. There you go. Look, we got our rice going. All right, so you're going to saute off some mushrooms. So remember how we did the oil? Try out the oil. Put a little bit of oil in the pan, just enough to saute with. All right. Perfect. All right. Oh, that was a milliliter too much.
Sorry.
Okay. No, I'm kidding. And now we're gonna wait till it gets hot. We're gonna put the mushrooms in there. We're gonna season them. But we're gonna take a quick little break. So when we come back, we get this risotto finishing up. We'll add the beef, the gorgonzola. We'll make sure this sauce is complete, and then we'll eat.
Cool.
Sounds good?
Sounds good.
All right. Don't go away. We'll be right back. Hey everybody, welcome back to Kids in the Kitchen. I'm here with
Sammy.
Sammy's got it down. You know your name.
I know my name now.
So what are you doing right now?
Chopping parsley.
Chopping parsley. Do you know what it's for?
The food.
You know, nothing gets by you, Sammy. Woof, with a good one. All right, so we're making risotto. So you didn't know what risotto was when we started this show, right?
No.
Now you do?
Yeah.
Arborio rice cooked slowly to come out really rich and creamy. And we got it to a point where it's al dente. We have the onions in here. We have wild mushroom. Sammy's chopping up some parsley for it. Sammy also cooked off some mushrooms for our risotto. So I've cooked them off separately, but we're going to get every part of the flavor of that mushroom in here. We have dry mushroom, like a dry mushroom powder that we started our base with. We have mushrooms going in right now. The other thing we want to do, Sammy, I'm going to reach over around behind you, and I'm going to grab a little bit of butter for this. Right? We'll put a little bit of butter in there. Always finish your risotto with butter. some Parmigiano cheese. We definitely need some salt and pepper. And then what you want to do is achieve this rich and creamy finish to the rice. But you don't want it too soft. You want to have a little bit of bite to the risotto, right? So, is that right?
I think so. I don't know.
All right. Okay, so there we go. You got me some parsley there?
Yep.
All right, we got the beef tips. Remember we made those before? And they have some of their own juice in there. We're gonna pop those in too. Oh, look at this, Sammy. I know you're not the biggest fan of mushrooms, but I don't know. We might make you a fan by the end of this. I cooked the beef to like a medium rare. I like it a little bit on the not so well done side because they're gonna cook a little bit more in there. Let me take some of your parsley.
Okay.
I'm gonna take some. I'm gonna put it in my risotto. I'm gonna take some of the other parsley. I'm gonna put it in the pork scaloppini that we have here. And I'm gonna take the rest of this. I'm gonna save it for later. How's that?
Okay.
Because we want to get a nice clean board. Oh, you know what? We almost forgot one thing. Gorgonzola. You said you like cheese, right?
Yeah.
So I'm going to need you to grab a piece of it, break it up, and put it in there. All right? So come around me. I don't want to touch it. That's yucky cheese. Yeah, there you go. Have fun. Try and get that all set. I'm making her work for her food today. All right. Crumble it all up in there. Oh, yeah. Now that's the home run right there. Look at that. Perfect. So rich, creamy, absolutely yummy risotto. Beef tips, gorgonzola, mushrooms. You're going to like this. Look at that creaminess. What are you going to do now? You got nothing to clean them with? There you go, boss. There you go. All right, let's get that on your plate. Do you want to do a little more gorgonzola on top to garnish?
Sure.
All right, bring it back over on this side. You can do it on this side now. There you go. And then this is my plate. Don't forget the beef tips. All right, we got that. And then I'm going to show you what the scaloppini look like. The portobello mushrooms, port wine cream sauce, tender veal, right? Not veal, pork. It's actually tender pork. And then that little creamy sauce over the top of it. That was easy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Now, if you want to do a vegetarian version of the risotto as a side dish instead of doing 2 meats on a dish, we could do that too. Do you know where we could get some forks anywhere in this place?
Got it.
You know where it is. You got this down better than I do. I've only been doing this for like 9 years. I still get lost. Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Now, if we did it right, you could probably cut the pork with like a fork. You don't need like a knife. Apparently, we didn't do it as right as I thought we did.
Maybe you just need arm strength.
A little upper body strength helps. Hold on. There you go. You try that out. I'll try this out. Did you have fun today, Sammy?
I had a lot of fun.
Good. Well, she's gonna start eating, and we're gonna say goodbye. How is it? Is it good? Let me try too. Tender, right? Well,
Yeah.
mine is. I hope yours is.
It's good.
And it's creamy. It's rich. Got a lot of flavor. We could do it with chicken. You could do it with veal. Whatever you want to do it with. And then we have the risotto, which again, nice creamy texture. Lots of flavor. Absolutely wonderful. And thanks for hanging out with me today.
You're welcome.
All right. Here's to you. Cheers. Grab a piece of. There you go. Cheers. We don't have any glasses to cheers with. We'll see you next time in Kids in the Kitchen. Brought to you in part by Monadnock Flooring and Decorating, offering quality sales, service, and installation for over 35 years on Production Avenue next to Subaru of Keene.